Adio playing as the Chinese. RebelAntelope playing as the Saracens. Okay. I'm just going to double check my stream. Make sure it's streaming. Yep, it's streaming. This is a cool map. I just played my set. I lost. Surprise, surprise. I played really, really well though. Chinese is an interesting pick here. Saracens is an interesting pick here. This map, you don't have to play water that much. I played as the Tatars. I think that was a really good pick. Like, you really need to play fishing. I don't know if playing water is that important on this map. Not the end of the world if you don't go heavy water. Red Antelope is in the mix. Hang on, let me just get myself situated a little bit better. I don't know these players. I don't know them very much at all, other than I looked up their elos, and they're both 1450 for Adio and 1567 for RebelAntelope. RebelAntelope is in the blue, Adio is in the red. Good scouting. I'm gonna keep the scouting Fog of War on for a little bit. See what they see here. Adio's scouting with their old herdables. Good old day old coffee turned into iced coffee. Oysters. I didn't notice there was oysters on this map. I guess that's a thing. I did not notice in my set that there was oysters. I didn't notice in any other set that there was oysters. Interesting. Red is gonna bring this boar somewhere. I'm gonna keep this on. I want to see what they see though. So they don't know this TC is here actually. They can kind of guess based on where that house is or that hut. And blue has no idea. Blue is in the dark. Yeah, blue's completely in the dark. So Nomad is very important to like learn kind of when everyone is everywhere. Hang on, I'm just rearranging some stuff here. You know, Windows is really good at being able to do multiple windows, and I don't use it enough. You know what it is? OBS can't do like multiple windows. OBS stinks. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I have 2 screens on my computer, and I feel like I need like 6. I feel like 2 is not enough. Like, I just want more. Okay, I just want to be able to see my Twitch chat. I don't know if this is going to be the most popular set, just because these guys aren't the most popular players in the community. No, you know, no shade on them or anything. I'll speed up through Dark Age a little bit. This is actually a rec. They're currently still playing, so I'm gonna try to catch up to live time as fast as I can. And if you practice this map a little bit, you're pretty much always right directly across from each other. Adio is the Chinese. I mean, Chinese I kind of favor in every matchup, but it is a little bit trickier. Adio has 2 minutes and 11 seconds of idle TC time, which is something that you don't want to do if you're playing any Civ. But Chinese, it's like you really have to get the start correct, and if you don't, it's gonna be very tricky. And so I think that maybe don't pick the Chinese unless you can get that start right. That's my opinion on it. Now, of course, because Nomad start, you know, timing is going to be a little bit later for everything. It's Nomad start and it's you know, you have to build a dock because there's water. Double dock going up for our Saracens. But do Saracens have any fish, any water bonuses? They do. Galley line attacks 25% faster. They have a transport ship bonus, which doesn't really matter. So the galley line is what you want to go with if you are the Saracens. Now, the Chinese definitely have some bonuses here. The technology bonuses are all great, and then they have a fire ships move faster bonus. And a couple of galleys out, so this is first map. This is like get the nerves out, do what you can. I'll wait till there's an actual fight to go to, like, you know, normal speed, I guess. A lot of villagers for Adio. Adio, like, started still with 318 idle TC. They're up 7 villagers, though. You'd think with that much idle TC that they wouldn't be up that many villagers, but... And we got a fight. Let's go normal speed. Now, 2 docks for Red. Red is just building fishing ships, so this could be really bad for them. They're going to lose all these fishing ships. Three galleys here. And they're trying to get a nice, like, little wall up here. They just got the feudal age. I'm a big fan of the new Hulk. That's my favorite ship. I like blue not over-investing. That's pretty darn good. Blue is the higher elo of the two, so they might be more experienced on a water map. And fire galley, 1 fire galley is coming out for Red. But like, if you're gonna make that many fish, like, you have to be prepared to defend them. Otherwise, you have to stop. You don't go 2 docks. So look at that. This map is like, if you lose water, it's not the end of the world. There's enough land to play around with. I said earlier today I lost water, and I still ended up winning. And blue's not adding a ton of fishing ships, even though they seem to have won the fish. They did add a couple of scouts. And we have a spear on defense. And the scouts are running around a little bit. The fire galleys are coming out. Fire galleys probably will win this, depending on the micro for blue. And blue's just trying to snipe fish. That's actually really, really smart for blue. You're going to lose this to the fire galleys, so you might as well try to kill as many fish as you can. They got 2 extra fish out of that. They're going to lose their fire galleys. And blue in the middle, going for the hunt in the middle. That's actually pretty nice. Let's speed up a little bit here. I want to catch up to the live games as soon as I can. And we're going on stone. Blue's going on stone. Just 1 villager on stone right now. Bid axe coming in for red. And red actually fought off blue on the water. And there's some hulks here. So a good water battle actually. And they're both going to keep some of their fishing alive, but they're still creating on water. At least blue is. Blue has 3 hulks. But red keeping the fish. Adding a third dock for red, actually. So red really wants to win water. And more fire galleys coming out. This might be a good map, like now that I'm looking at it. Maybe a good map to kind of sneak a dock. Like maybe not all the way, but like halfway to your opponent. So you can make your stuff earlier. And red fought off the hulks. Now red's going back to the seesaw here. Only one on stone is interesting for blue. Blue is going for forward siege though. Let's see what they're gonna make out of it. Forward siege, they have a couple of knights as well. And mangonels coming out. So pretty good play from blue here. And a market going up for red. So red hasn't even clicked up yet. That's going to be... they just clicked up now. They just... let me turn market events on, maybe. Yeah, they bought 600 food for 995 gold. And I'll go regular speed. And there's still some fishing ships that red can kill. I think blue might not try to fight this back. They do have some hulks here. I'm curious if he's getting a fight, who actually wins, the hulk or the fishing ships, or the fire ships. Fire ships are supposed to win, I think, in the rock paper scissors. Now I don't remember. I knew this the other day. Really good pressure from blue. Blue's gonna kill a bunch of red villagers. Red's at 45 vills. Second TC also up for blue. Yeah, blue is in control of this game right now. And the hulks are actually killing the fire ship pretty well. Yeah, they have a +1 versus fire ship. So the hulks are the rock, and the fire ships are the scissors in that situation. And I don't see this ending well for red right now. Red's in a lot of trouble. Red does not have the army. Red is not in Castle Age. Red tried to go too far into water. They built that third dock. And these knights, they can just dive underneath that town center. I need to change one thing here. I have greater than. I need it to be less than. Wait a second. Less. Wait. Which one's less than? Less than 650. Yeah, that's right. And this TC is going to go down. One hit away. TC's down. Red's getting a castle up here. Red's not going to quit. Red actually got a castle on blue. Your castles are so strong, especially at like lower levels. Blue's going to get a castle up on defense. This castle does have the hill bonus. This map is all about elevation and the hill bonus. They have a lot of stone. Not a lot of villagers, like 40 villagers. And 15 of those are fishing ships. It's actually a tough position for blue here. And red quits. Good on red. Good on red. Because they could have held out actually. All right, that's game 1. I'm going to go ahead and get game 2 going. Give me 1 sec. All right, anyone watching, thanks for watching. I know these guys aren't always the biggest draw. The low elo bracket. Is this, hang on, now I'm confusing myself. Is this saying less than 1650? Yeah, less than 1650. Okay, that should make sense. Less than 1650. Oysters on Nomad, man. They're just changing everything on us, huh? They just can't keep anything alone. Like, they just need everything to be different. I don't hate it. Like, it's fine. I don't have a problem with it. I just want to check one more thing. Check. Like, it is what it is, you know? Okay. That's fine. What's up, David810? I'll never forget when I saw you send that message to T90 saying, don't watch this on YouTube, you watched it on Twitch. I was like, what the heck? And then I said it to you later. It was fun. So this is a wreck, so they're playing now still. I'm going to try to speed through Dark Age a little bit here. Get it live time. 3 seconds of idle TC time for each of them. Hindustanis versus Franks. I like the Hindustanis in that matchup. Adio is playing as the Franks in the red. RebelAntelope is playing as the other guys. I'm going to change, see what they see. Blue does not see red. Red does not see blue. We'll see when that changes. This is a low elo bracket for a, it's a weekend tournament actually for console players. So it goes today, there's a set in the morning, a set in the afternoon, and then tomorrow there's a set in the morning, and set in the finals are in the afternoon. So it should be kind of fun. A lot of players signed up for it. Yeah. Good old T90's chat. I wish T90's chat was in here right now. I wouldn't mind having 2K viewers, you know? Yeah, this is a console only kind of thing. It has a small prize pool, like less than $100. But we have a lot of streamers actually. If you like scroll through, like SoloGhost's is streaming right now. I think there's a couple other people on and off today have been streaming. So I should get some decent coverage. This is like one of the low elo brackets. I was in the, it's not low elo, like 1650 is kind of the cutoff on it. Let's see. Red still hasn't found blue. Like 1650 is pretty much like top 100 player or so. And, you know, so these guys are 1450 and 1570. So they're like, you know, solid top 200, maybe 150 to 250, some range. There we go. Blue finally will have found red. Let's see if red's gonna find blue anytime. So last game, red went a little too hard in the fishing and not enough on land. Really accurate timing. You can tell like players play Nomad a lot, just because they like have exact same timing on something like that. You know, like that's not normal. Red has not found blue yet. I'm thinking both these guys are just gonna fast castle and now actually I don't think so because neither one has gold. You can actually get these oysters with your fishing ships, which is like a totally different play. Like have to really like decide how to do that. Red was just over here. All right, let's go to red found blue's dock. And this is like a landlocked Nomad. Nomad's weird that sometimes it's landlocked and sometimes it's not. Stable coming up from red. I'll go to regular speed once I see a fight. Stable coming up for red. Scouts coming out for red. So red wants to do some damage. It looks like blue wants to fast castle here. They're not making any fish. I mean, not making any, not making any fish, but not making any navy. Alright, red moving in. Playing as the Franks, wants to get some damage. Let's see. And there's the first attack. We're gonna go to regular speed. These oysters need to be gotten, though. It's like... Actually, having your dock right next to the oyster is probably really super efficient gold. That changes everything. The fishing ship just out there doing nothing. Oh, that's from red. So red actually sent the fishing ship to scout all the way around. David, you ever watch my YouTube? It's Fast Castle and Chill. Hang on, I'll put it in the thing. That's one of the reasons I'm streaming this now is to, hey, Lamjara. They attacked with war galleys last game. That's my, the link to my YouTube. Oh, nice, David. Sweet. I hope you enjoy it. I just put out a video on the Mapuche douche. Using the Mapuche and attacking in Dark Age. I think it's one of my better videos. I think it's one of my better concepts. The video itself is fine. Red getting some damage here. No actual kills yet, but has caused blue to retreat several times. I definitely like Hindustanis in this matchup, though. Schmelly Fots. Antelope's up. I'm gonna... this is game number 2. So, it's a best of 5. So, we have at least 2 games to go. And red getting some decent damage here. And castle's in for blue. Let's see what blue's gonna go for. Yeah, I'm gonna put this all up on YouTube eventually, so I'm trying to make sure I get all the games. I don't want to just jump in to where you guys were. But I'm speeding through it, so I'm trying to catch up to live time here. And Vil count, I mean, eco count for Frank's is a little bit higher, 44 to 37. I think the ILTC for Antelope here is built up a little bit. Some fishing, some, what are these, hulks? These hulks? Dude, hulks are so cool. Hulks are cool, but Red's actually not really fighting. Red's got a fire galley. But Hulk should beat a fire guy. They have a bonus against fire ships. Haven't really seen yeah, don't worry about Antelope. We'll catch up. We'll get you in live time soon. And we got a forward castle from Red. Look at this. Forward castle from Red, second TC from Red as well. And that's a pretty tough castle. I'm curious if blue sees that. Oh my god, I can't click anything right. Oh, blue sees it all right. Not worried about it. Not reacting to it in any way other than building a gate that the villager immediately gets killed. So they are looking somewhere else, obviously. Why does this say fog mode? Why is it stuck here? What the hell? There we go. Okay. Yeah, I mean, red looks like they're in control of this game. But once the camels come out, though, we're going to see throwing axemen. Throwing axemen should do pretty well against camels. That's like the tough thing about going up against the Franks is if they don't go full cav, it can be really tricky to to actually like counter them, because if they have the throwing axeman and they go like lean more into there, it does make your counters a little bit more vulnerable. And they buffed the throwing axeman recently. I forget what the exact buff was, but I think they gave him like more damage or something. Second TC for blue going up as well. Man, these camels are trying to come in to stop these villagers. These villagers are actually coming in for a second castle. Adio. Adio wants to get a second castle right on the TC. They're placing it in range, though. They're going to have to delete that. That's not going to... Is that going to go up? Oh, no. The TC is... this villager looks like they're in range, but maybe they're not. Like, they're, like, right on the border there. Maybe, like... Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. This castle looks like it's going to go up. I don't think that castle has a... It's gonna not go up. And that's rough. This is every Nomad game I've ever played. Pretty much. They come right at you with castles, and then another castle, and then another castle, until you win or you lose. Yeah, he made the camels when he saw the cav. And then when the castle went up, the cav were pretty much forgotten about. There's still a handful of them, but it was a throwing axeman going out. So that's like the tough thing with the Franks. Like when the throwing axemen are strong, it's tough to deal with them. And there's a lot of them out there now. Like before the buff, I never saw castle drop throwing axemen, like ever for Franks. Like it just didn't happen. Yeah, there was some knights out there, so going camels makes a lot. That's why I said I like the Hindustanis. So good on Adio for changing it up a bit. Puts a lot of pressure on it. I like this the armored elephants. They should be able to work this down. The throwing axemen can definitely kill them, though. It's just a matter of timing here. The axemen are out of position. The axemen should clean up these armored elephants before they kill the castle, though, I think. Yep, and they do. And the castle's getting repaired too, so this is looking like it's snowballing for red here. Yeah, it's looking very snowbally here. Blue's using the market, trying to get some gold. But I don't see a good answer for blue. They're going to go for another town center over here. I like this. I really want to see someone getting the oysters. Is anyone getting oysters? I mean, come on, they're right here. I think I have to tell the fishing ships to get them, but like, I want to see them getting the oysters. The armored elephant is chasing the mangonel. Armored elephant actually, do they get any bonus against other siege? They don't get bonus against siege, but they... Oh yeah, they do. They have 25 attack against siege. So yeah, armored elephant should do really well against the siege there. But this castle's fully repaired almost. It's at 3,000. It was down to like 1,500 or something. Or less. And some red villagers over here. What are these guys doing? What are they doing over here? Another castle drop. This is just Nomad. This is why when you play Nomad and you go against the Franks or the Spanish, or the Koreans. At least Koreans mix it up with towers. But it's just castle, 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 castle. And it's a good strat. I mean, you know, it's a popular strat because it works. But we're talking almost double the eco. Yeah, you got to call it there. Good job. I'll take a quick look through the stats. I love seeing APM. That's my favorite. 5 and 4. Military. Eco APM was actually a lot higher because there's a lot more eco to control there. Let me find the next game, and then I think that's going to get us one game away from real time, if I'm not mistaken. All right, this is game number 3, Adio versus RebelAntelope. Let's get some vision here. Mired it's a difficult map to play. You have all these boar in the middle that you have to get, okay? Your TC, you just want to put it near the middle so you can get the boar. Your enemy is trying to steal your boars. You're trying to steal their boars. The beginning of Mired is just absolutely intense. So and you start with the hunted course, so immediately you're thinking of just going over to, you know, find your enemy, see where they're at. I'm gonna keep the fog of war on. I want to see if red. So this is what red sees. This is what blue sees. So neither one actually sees the other TC yet. They will. Dude, boar stealing. I remember I was playing Old Peanuts and he kept stealing my boar, and I was just like, dude, come on, man. It's like, you're already better than me, you know? Do I really have to deal with your boar stealing? All right, so blue still. Oh, blue almost saw red. Does red see blue? Red does not see blue yet. So right now, nothing. Dude, I'll be honest. I don't think I'm low elo, and I lose to Spanish conks and castle drops every time. Like, I just can't beat it. I don't know. I don't know how to beat it. I've tried a handful of things. I lost to it today. I would be in the next round. I would probably not be casting right now. I'd probably be playing right now if I knew how to beat the Spanish. I can't believe these guys haven't found each other yet. Like, they've come very close. They've come very close. I'm going to put an update in the Discord real quick. Alright, so blue finally sees red. Red still doesn't see blue. Like, that's a real problem. Let's get through a little dark age here. Not a lot of boar stealing. Maybe that one was, but nothing excessive. So blue knows where red is. Red still doesn't see blue. Looks like my stream might be disconnecting. Hold on. Okay, I guess it reconnected. I don't know why it's disconnecting sometimes. Red still somehow doesn't see blue. Okay, there he goes. Now he sees it. Now he knows. And red is stealing some boars. Blue is trying desperately not to let these boars get stolen here. Yeah, I wish there was like a boar count on the bottom here somehow. Adio with a little bit more idle TC. That's probably going to be a problem. But only one villager difference, though. One villager did die for RebelAntelope for blue here. So less idle TC, but did lose a villager, so. What is that? 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. And Feudal Age should be coming in pretty soon. Adio just clicked up. Antelope just needs a building, it looks like. Yeah, they just didn't have a mill. That is a problem with this map, is you don't build your mill very quickly. And then the wood lines are all wrecked. Like, these villagers are just confused. They don't know where to go. Peanuts has told me that sometimes he plays like the best player in the world, and sometimes he plays like a noob. And when he plays against me, he's the best player in the world. I'll tell you that much. I don't know about this noob business, but I have seen a few of his games where it's not that great. And this horse goes down. There's blood. The horse counts as a economic unit, by the way. We have stable up for red as the Turks, and we have a archery range up for blue. And a blacksmith going up for blue. As soon as there's a fight, I'm going to go to regular speed. I'm on double speed now just to try to catch up. When the next game starts, we can get in on it. And some spears and archers coming out. I like this combo from Antelope. Turks and Byzantines, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned their civs, but Turks and Byzantines. Turks for Adio in the red. Byzantines for Red Antelope. Rebel Antelope. Oh, there's a fight. For Rebel Antelope in the blue. And these villagers are very exposed here. Really good scouting from blue. Blue saw that. These villagers are running away. They're gonna have to, yeah, zig and zag a little bit. And a lot of idle time. 2 scouts in this stable, but it looks like Adio is kind of more focused on running these villas away. And that's really good archery work right there. And the spears on defense. I mean, really, this is actually like not as easy to do as it looks on a controller, especially. And the spears are guarding from the scouts, and then the archers are killing vills, killing red vills. Red just ran like everywhere with this villager. Waste some of Blue's time from getting that kill too early. And this villa finally is going to go down. Finally has nowhere to run. And that villa has been running for her life for a while. But she bought her people some time. These scouts are here. They're not getting any value really for red. Red's down 4 villagers. Blue's down 1 villager, and blue is up, but the idle TC time behind all that, 6 minutes for Adio. A lot of idle TC time. A lot of disruption, a lot of not focused on building villagers. Also, I mean, a very dangerous mill out here with a lot of villagers. 8 villagers around there. If blue finds that, I mean, red is cooked. And red's trying to get some damage, but can't find any damage with these scouts. And only built 2 of them. And part of that might just be, you know, trying to save their res for Castle Age, I'm guessing. They have a lot on gold, like too much on gold. They don't have a market. They need to get a market up. These archers, if they just walked around a little bit, they would see these. 9 villagers over there, very exposed. And RebelAntelope needs a market too. They have a market actually. They could sell and go up to Castle Age. Red's actually going up to Castle Age right now. And Rebel did end up selling and is going up to Castle Age as well. And Red is actually like getting, you know, kind of evening the odds a little bit. Yeah, Lamechara. How do you say your name? Lamechara? Am I saying that right? Lamechara. Anyway, yeah, you have to press a lot of buttons to do a lot of things. They didn't. I mean, honestly, these guys might actually find these villagers. These villagers are moving over to stone, though. But yeah, they did a really good job of like, you know, control groups and attack stance and different, like the whole wheel thing. The whole wheel concept is really good. But yeah, it is a lot of buttons to press. It is a lot to remember. I'm working on a video now that's going to be like an advanced controller technique video. That's going to have like everything that you need to learn, and I'm doing it in like levels, so like level 1, level 2, level 3. And hopefully we'll just have everything in one place for people to learn it. Alright, so Castle is in for Red. Red needs to make something that can really change the tide in their favor. It looks like they're trying to go for a castle drop, which I don't like, actually. I think you need the army to defend it. They're actually going for a second town center, and they rang their town bell. Why did they ring their town bell? Honestly, ringing your town bell is one of the worst habits any new player can make. This TC, I think, is getting found, and it's gonna get denied. It's only a handful of archers, but they're doing a lot of work. But he is getting crossbow and bodkin, so I think we're gonna see a lot more archers coming out. And crossbow is in, bodkin is in. And I like the crossbow bodkin, but I think you want to get university and you want to get ballistics too. Ballistics is like so important. Ballistics, honestly, in my opinion, is more important than bodkin. If you're missing your shots, it doesn't matter how much damage you do. And a very aggressive, undefended castle drop. I do like sending the 10 villagers. If you're gonna go for it, you gotta go for it. I don't know if there would have been a better location. I don't know if we could have snuck it in on this side. I don't think so. I think it's too big. But let's see if this goes up. I think it will. I don't think blue has the army to defend it. But it doesn't actually cut off that much is the issue. They're gonna have to go for a second castle, which they don't have the stone for now. Blue's getting a second TC up and a university up. And I like Blue's comp, I like a lot. They do have a ram as well, and they're moving towards Red's base. This castle's up, but I'm not sure what it's ranging to like one farm and like the tip of another farm. So it looks like they want to get more castles. But Blue's reacting to it, actually. Like, Blue doesn't need to react to it yet. Like, Janissaries are going to come out, but they could just move towards that TC. But they're sending their ram to deal with this. So I guess it's a good castle because it's causing a lot of a reaction. Janissaries, do they get any siege bonus? They don't. Oh, they do. They get +2 damage against rams. So that's what I thought that, but I wasn't sure. So yeah, sending rams when there's Janissaries coming out might not be the move. Yeah, so each bullet is doing 2 damage instead of like the normal 1. In a defensive castle from red, I mean, the Vil count is pretty different right now. It's 45 to 33 in favor of blue. Yeah, Limachara, you have to use the advanced controls for sure. Even if you don't use all of them. I taught my buddy recently, you can actually, I don't use it, I don't recommend it, but for like a newer player, you can like auto lure the boar, which if you're learning the game, like someone like learning the game, I know you're not, but like someone learning the game, he says it just like, it helps him so much from having to think about it. And yeah, blue's ram is actually running away, trying to get some repairs on it, because it would go down to those Janissaries. And red really, like, is down 20 villagers, is not queuing up villagers, is completely focused on this push. This is where, like, as the defender, as the blue player, you feel like red is doing so much better than they actually are, because you know they're sitting 20 villagers behind. But, like, the castle and the Janissaries, it just feels like a lot of pressure. You just have to trust that you have the better economy, trust that you can make the units. And this castle for red, I like a lot for red. Very aggressive. And blue's going to use these rams as, like, taxis, it looks like. This castle is placed. I don't know what villagers were sent to build it. Okay, just got deleted, the foundation. And these are just the leftover pikes. They're causing a bit of a disturbance at red's base. And this castle is an awful castle. This castle does absolutely nothing. Blue deleted the walls, try to get in closer. They actually took the crossbows out. Maybe they put them in there by accident. I actually liked the crossbows in there. I think blue is reacting to this. Maybe it's an okay idea to do it, but I think they're reacting to it a little too much. Just because these castles don't really take away a lot from you, and they're... Ooh, that's going to be bad for blue. Alright, so blue reacted to it. They tried to go for the mangonels. Maybe they didn't see the mangonels before, but they tried to go for the mangonels. These mangonels can push this TC. Blue's expanding. I mean, blue, I think is being very patient. And, you know, when you have the eco lead, it gives you the ability to decide when you want to take a fight. And they don't need to take this fight. I think that they should just be attacking. And that's what they're doing right now. Perfect. There was a conversion. Not sure where. Over here somewhere? Yes, Monk went for a conversion there. And these rooms, they're trying to get in there, but actually... They actually really can't. There's just not enough space for the rams to walk through. They did change, like, the size of the rams, like, the game size. Not like what you see, but like what they actually like bump into each other, and you can get through tighter spaces with them. Since like the last patch. This castle, I don't love it, but it's, you know, it's something. This castle from red, okay. I'm not sure if it's gonna go up because these crossbow are right here, denying. Janissaries are in position. Monk out there converting a villager. Monk goes down. This castle will go up, actually. And then that TC will go down, so. And I like what Blue did. Blue waited, got the castle up, and the villagers can't come out and kill the rams because there's a castle there. They're going to come out and try to kill the rams anyway. But the castle should... Ooh, so Blue made the mistake of targeting the castle with their castle, it looks like. Okay, yeah, they made the mistake of targeting their castle. They swapped it, it looks like. But it was stuck on the castle for a little bit long. And now Blue's actually in a tough spot on this side. Oh, there was some raids. There must have been some raids happening. Red is lost like 20 villagers. Hang on, I'm just gonna go back and see that. When did that happen? So they're at 42 villagers here. 42, 42, 36. So it was like... Oh, these... It wasn't a raid. It was the opposite of a raid. Oh, jeez. Red. Ugh. Ouch. Man. Alright, so... Caught back up there. Jeez. So Red chased those rams, and now it's... I'm going to speed up this a little bit. We're talking 50 villager difference. I mean, Red still is, like, making moves here, but if Blue has confidence that their eco is better, they don't have an answer for these Janissaries. Janissaries are kind of just walking through their base. They're expanding, adding another town center, just moving. But they need an answer for these Janissaries is the issue. And Red has a pretty small eco, but... Red's on auto eco, it looks like, I'm guessing. I'm not sure. I can tell at the APM at the end of the game. And these Janissaries and Mangonel are just like waltzing through Blue's base here. And another castle for Blue and Red. Imp is coming in for Blue. Once Imp is in, and a couple trebs come out, and that should pretty much be the game. Because there's not a world where Red gets to Imp. I mean, there's just not a world. Like, there's no way that Red can get to Imp. And these Janissaries are down to 5. Still 3 castles over here. And Blue's gonna get to Imp, and I think some Trebs are gonna come out, and then I think Red's gonna call it. Thumb Ring coming in for Blue. 2 Trebs in queue. I'm guessing 1 from each castle here. Yep, I guess those are only castles, so. And Red is taking over this area a little bit. But yeah, I mean, these Trebs, they should just take down these castles and then the town center and then the rest. But Red did come back. Adio did come back a little bit with their eco. They're up to, well, still 5 Janissaries. We have 16 crossbows for Blue here, for Antelope. The monk was going for the mangonel conversion. Didn't get it. One castle down. Second castle's going to go down. Then TC. And red still has hope because they're like pushing this side so much. But blue can just... I would take that TC down. I think that, like, I get trying to, you know, stop this push here, but I think take the TC down. Because you should know at this point your eco is much better. So taking down the TC would be good. Cataphract is out as well. Okay, TC down. Castle down. I think if blue just kills these mangoes and janissaries, I think that ends the game. But red's got a lot of fight. I like the raids too from Rebel here. Now blue just has to kind of march and take down these castles. Oop, I clicked on the thing. Clicked on the thing. KD's over here, by the way. 98 to 53. Imp come. I guess there's a world where Adio gets to Imp. Oh, will they have any castles left when they get there? Maybe one on this side and one on the other side. And blue did a really good job of taking care of the castles. Like, overreacted a little bit, but you know, not too much. Yeah, one castle left, 24 seconds till Imp. I mean, there's another castle on this side too, but red doesn't have the eco to support the army. Ooh, that mangonel almost got that foundation there. And blue's over here getting some stone. And at this point, I think red should know that the game is pretty close to over, but they're still holding on. Treb's rolling to go down to take this castle out. Treb's over here. Yeah, red's down to 37 villagers. Let's have a Treb out, though. And a bombard cannon out. So, in theory, there's a chance. And that cast red has no castles, has 2 TCs, has 38 villagers. They're getting heavy plow, but they just called the GG. Good game to the homies there. Adio actually had more kills and a higher KD, but hung in there pretty well, just not enough. Let's see what the next game holds. They're not on auto eco, 6 and 8. 16 APM for Red Antelope. Not bad. Not bad at all. Give me 1 sec. Let me see if I can find the next game. Let me see if it's already finished or not. Hang on. So let me put this in here. So Red Antelope is up 2-1. Okay. All right. So we are watching game number 4. This is Adio versus Rebel Antelope. This is the low elo bracket, the lower elo bracket. It's not low. Wow, they're starting really close to each other. Rebel Antelope playing as the Teutons and Adio playing as the Britons. Rebel Antelope is up 2-1 from the previous sets. This is on Mountain Pass. Mountain Pass, there's no water. I think it's the only one without any water, actually. I think every other map has a little bit of water on it. Let's see if we can look at their perspective. So red knows where blue is. Blue looks like they lost like a sheep here, but doesn't know where they are yet. They might get there. They might find it, but We shall see. Blue bringing in a boar. Very important on Mountain Pass, or really any Nomad, to find where the hunt is. So finding boars is always good. Villager almost dead. 4 health on that villager. Taking a villager, or taking a boar that early without having any villager health is it's a dangerous situation. Still doesn't know where red is. They have one house here for vision, one house here for vision. And red saw blue's TC, so they're well aware. Blue got their TC up a little bit earlier too, so they should actually get a little bit of a Vil lead. They're up 1 Vil right now. Idle TC can obviously affect that. And red getting a boar, that's actually really nice to get the boar on blue's side, so blue can't get it. Pretty smooth from Adio so far. These guys are lower elo, but they're not like they're just in the lower elo bracket. They're not actually low elo. Why can't I click this? There we go. It took like 10 clicks to click the freaking thing. I don't know why. That's just how it goes sometimes. So yeah, this is the lower elo bracket. And blue's running a villager over here. Blue's gonna see the houses. Get a little spooked probably. They really need to find more boars. And they don't have any herdables is the problem. That's kind of like, I mean, they sent a villager from way over here. I don't know how they didn't get this cow. There's a cow right there in their path. Somehow they didn't get the cow. And they're taking this hunt from way far away. So that's really, really bad for red antelope, actually. Not having food on this map is like a problem. At least they have the bush. Let's see red's POV. And red has a cow. They're not really scouting with it, though. They have a chicken as well they could be scouting with. And 2 Vil lead right now for Rebel Antelope and blue. Now Teutons, the last time I saw the Teutons play in this series, they tower rushed. People think tower rushing with the Teutons is better because they can garrison more and they shoot more arrows if they're garrisoned. However, I've noticed when people do that, they don't actually garrison their towers. They just keep building more and more towers. So they're not really getting... Or if they garrison with like, 5 or 6 villagers as opposed to like, where you get the bonuses, which I think starts at 6, but I want to say 8 is the sweet spot for it. I do like Britons on matchups like this, though. If you get to Castle Age and you can just spam the cheaper town centers, I think Britons make a lot of sense. And another boar. They found another boar, so that's good. I think that's their second one they found. And they know where red is, though, so let me go ahead and take off the Fog of War. Blue could do a little bit better of garrisoning their hunting villagers so they don't take as much damage, but... They had that one villager with 4 health. 6 health now after getting Loom. As far as TC locations go, they're like very similar. Red has gold right next to their TC. They also have some stone pretty close. They've already started walling off, so that's good for them. Blue, their gold is going to be an issue. They have 1 gold that's close to their opponent. They have this gold up here, which they might not see yet. Yeah, they don't actually see that gold. I don't love this this lumber camp. I figure this is like the perfect spot. I guess they want to be farther away from their opponent. But like here, you could easily wall this. You can easily wall to the edge over here. There's another boar back here. I don't know if either one's going to find that. I don't know if there's another boar for red anywhere easy to get to. One up here, but they might not even be able to see that anytime soon. And both on the way up to feudal. This is a map that I think feudal pressure is really good. And I think we're going to see some towers here. But again, people... like, this is the part I don't get. People want a tower rush with the Teutons. Because they think they get this great bonus. But if you only garrison your towers with 5 villagers, it's the same exact amount of arrows as any other civilization. You're not getting anything extra out of it. So I just don't get the obsession with the Teuton tower rush. This is what blue sees. This is what red sees. So red does not see that tower going up. So good on blue for placing it. It's just so funny to me. Like there's no benefit of being the Teutons on this tower rush. 0. Like above a normal tower. And villagers are coming to attack this tower. This other one might go up. There are 2 extra villagers coming over, so... It's a little bit of a mess. And the 3rd tower going up. The second one's definitely going to get knocked down. I don't think any villagers are... Maybe 1? This one's pretty low. Yeah, if you're going to do a Teuton tower rush, I think you have to send at least 8 villagers. I think 8 villagers is like the sweet spot of where you can actually do extra damage by garrisoning. And also, you probably want to start a little farther away. Like, you want to build the one that they see after you've already built one that that they can't see. So, like, if you build one back here somewhere, or back here, and then build the next one over here, so when they come attack it, this tower is actually hitting them. And no towers left, so... Right now, Rebel Antelope is just in Vil fight mode. And pretty aggressive strategy here. You know, you're already up 2-1. You know, I don't know if you want to be playing strategies like this when you're up 2-1. It just leaves you, if it goes wrong, like it's going wrong right now, it leaves you very vulnerable. Good Vil production on the back of it for both players, actually. But as I say, that Rebel Antelope just lost a Vil and is not queuing up Vils, so that's the distraction right there. You're distracting yourself sometimes as much as you're distracting the other team. But red looks like they got housed. So they had to force up a house and another Teuton tower. And blue looks like they're still going to try the towers. They're not giving up on the towers. But again, if you're going to do this, you really want to start one tower back here and then do the second one closer so that you can cover the tower you're building. Otherwise, it's too easy to Vil fight. And credit to Adio for knowing exactly how to fight this. He did the exact right thing. They don't see this tower. It's out of sight. So let's see how they react to it once it's up.
Yeah.
And blue has the tower up. Now they're garrisoning it. It's just out of range. It's like just out of range. And, oh, I didn't even notice this. So red has archers over here behind all of this. And yeah, really good play from red, getting some villager kills. 2 villagers. I think 1 villager and 1 spear are down. 3 villagers in total down. These villagers are coming back from blue. And this tower's here. I mean, these villagers could just rush it down. I think red's kind of busy looking on this side, though. And blue wants to get this stone. The problem is they don't have any good access to gold. That's their real issue, like more so than anything else. They snuck back here and are taking that wood. And these villagers, yep, they just knock it down again. And you need one tower to cover the other tower. You can't just, you know, have one tower that's in sight and easy to knock down. That's the issue. Archer range going up for blue. So I'm thinking blue's is thinking about some skirms to try to deal with these archers. They might be better off just doing a tower. But where would they put it? They don't. This is not a really good starting spot. Is the problem? Like they have to get to this gold probably. Ooh, and we have archers over here, so it's like 2 groups of archers. But the vill count's actually pretty similar. It's 33 to 32, so it's not like there's a huge advantage, even though it might feel that way. Like if you're blue, you feel like you're down over here. And blue's taking this gold actually. And this should if blue just started with this tower here, this whole tower rush would have been much better. Like I like the strat actually. I think I want to copy this strat at some point. Like send 10 villagers, get one tower here, get forward like lumber camp, mining camp, get another tower, put vills in this tower, put vills in this tower, like. And I mean, Reds just took the villager lead, but just barely. Both are queuing up. We have skirmishers being made by blue. And a lot of gold, but no, we need you need a market if you're blue here. Blue's sending villagers out. Actually not a bad move, because these archers are probably never going to leave, like, the proximate vicinity of this town center.
Ready.
And taking this, that is some sad lumber camp right there. But this map is a little tricky. Now this tower, I'm not sure about. I like the idea of it. I think it could have been over here though, because it can protect you and it can do a little offense. You could be, you know, picking up a vill or two here and there. And red is on the way up. Red's going up to Castle Age. And this is like the saddest lumber camp of all time. But I mean, the next closest, like if you're going in this direction, you have to get all the way over to here to get a decent wood line. But really tough position for blue. You know, they tried for the home run play early, the tower rush, and it just didn't work.
Hey, sir.
Skirmishers out. 4 skirmishers actually is probably almost enough, depending on upgrades. Red's getting fletching right now, and they're going to be upgrading to crossbow in about 2 minutes. And Red's getting a nice little mass, and they have the hill bonus.
Hey, sir.
So right now, Red can fight that. Red doesn't want to lose any archers. Though. If you lose archers in feudal age, then your numbers are going to be, you know, limited in castle age. And Rebel's going double range and also double stable. Okay. Floating 200 wood. I'm sorry, floating 400 wood. So maybe they want to make some scouts behind all this as well, or some knights. I don't hate cavalry from Britons just because the other opponent never really expects it, and it's a good. It works well with archers, but I think 9 times out of 10 you're probably better off just making more archers. And double production is obviously not sustainable. And skirmishers going forward. I liked the towers. I think just honestly sticking to the towers. A couple more over here could actually at least distract your opponent a bit. And crossbow is in. Crossbow is in, fletching is in, and the first armor upgrade is in. And castle is on the way for blue. Red does not know about this base. If red finds this base, it's going to be devastating for blue. And the knights coming out is going to be devastating for blue as well. Vil count's still close, but I mean, army count is out of hand. Yeah, and blue calls it. I don't blame him. You know, I mean, honestly, the tower rush had some potential, had some possibilities. It just wasn't executed as well as it could have been. And let's get to the next game. All right, so this is game number 5. Hang on, let's give that win to Adio. So this is game number 5. This is big. Blue putting up the TC right away. So this is a case, like, listen, I say this, and people, and good players always tell me that I'm wrong. And they're good players, so I get it, but I think I'm right here. Putting your TC on the first possible spot so you can gain an extra 30 seconds, I don't think is the move. I don't think it's the move at all. Because number one, okay, 2 things. On Nomad, where your villagers are, they have to walk there, right? So you can put it like in between all 3 of your villagers, and it's going to be the shortest walk for all of them. You can pick the villager that's closest to the middle of the other 2, and it's the shortest walk. So you can put it down immediately, but if you only have one building it, you're not saving time necessarily. Number 2, your location, like where you are on the map. Like last game, blue didn't have gold next to their TC. Blue didn't have the best TC location for what they wanted to do. And it made them vulnerable later on. So I think you're better off sometimes, you know, not a lot. I'm talking less than 30 seconds. But I think sometimes you're better off walking around a little bit, delaying your TC just the tiniest amount, so you can get just a slightly better starting location. This is my opinion. I'm sticking to it. I'll take off shared exploration. So this is what red sees. They don't know where blue is yet. And this is where blue sees. They don't know where red is yet. And blue's gonna. Oh, blue needs to be a little more careful with those boar lures. I don't know what they were paying attention to. You have not a lot going on right now. So notably, blue did not build a. This is Mirkwood actually. Okay, so neither one built a. Man, I can't speak sometimes. Neither one built a dock. So sometimes you want to build a dock early on maps like this. There is a lot of fish out there. Mirkwood has a lot of hunt. It has a lot of fish. It has a lot of boars. It has a lot of herdables. So like there is a lot going on. You can get a lot of food, but fishing is vital. Blue can see this other elephant over here, which is nice. If you can get 3 elephants on a Nomad map, or 3 like boars, you're in a very good spot. Red sees 1 right above here. Now the interesting thing about Mirkwood is, I'll take this off for a second. You can fish these ponds with your villagers. You can just build a mill or a dock right here, and you can fish these ponds. If you build a mill, sometimes you can be pretty close to both fish and hunt, which is nice. And I mean, there's a lot of food that spawns on like the edge here, and there's some in the middle as well. Like, you know, we have an elephant here, and a second elephant for blue. If you get 3 boars on a Nomad start, like, you're golden. Not the perfect placement. Could have been, you know, done a little better, but not bad. And red is content to take these herdables here. They're gonna go for this boar, I would imagine, at some point. This is what red sees. That's pretty good placement there. So that's what red sees. They have not found blue. Blue has not found red. It's not that big of a map, but you definitely want to find your opponent as soon as you can. You don't want to wait until like Castle or Imp. Late feudal. And it looks like blue is finding red right now. They found the houses. Houses don't always mean that your opponent's TC is there. Some players just build houses early. But they did turn this cow, so they're looking down down here. They don't see them. They're turning back up north. Good scouting for blue. This is game 5, so this is winner take all right here. This is everything they got. And blue is so close to this TC. I'm not sure where they're going now. Looks like they're scouting around the houses or something. They've already seen this area, so I'm not sure where they're going. Maybe they started over here and they thought that that'd be a good town center location, so maybe red's there. They're getting very close, though. They're going to find him eventually. Let's see what red's perspective is. Red nowhere near blue. And blue might just think that those were like starting houses and not where the TC is. That's what it looks like. Neither one fishing, neither one going on water. In blue, they're hurting themselves with these boar lures a little bit. Now, these villagers are way out here. Jeez. And I don't know if I said it, but the Magyars are playing. I mean, Adio is playing as the Magyars, and the Tatars are being played by RebelAntelope. I think I like the Tatars on hillier maps than this. This map isn't super hilly. I use Tatars on Stranded, which has like a big hill in the middle of it. So, and you're always kind of looking down on your opponent when you're on offense. So I thought that was the move, because they do 25% more damage when you're fighting from higher elevation. So like that's pretty clutch. And then their cav archers are really good. And they get the like free Parthian tactics and thumb ring, which are like the two attacks I never want to research. And farms instead of fishing. So I don't think Adio has really practiced this map a ton, or maybe they just have a plan. But it doesn't matter, because RebelAntelope's not fishing either. And both have a minute 8 seconds, minute 5 seconds of idle TC. Blue never found. Oh, they did eventually. They actually turned around and they found red. So blue knows where red's base is. Red doesn't know where blue's base is yet. Blue is on the way up, and I like that. I like that for them. Adio needs to click up. The farms, I think, are going to slow them down, though. You really don't want to build farms in Dark Age if you don't have to. And I'm thinking they just didn't really play this map much, because there's always a lot of hunt, and like you should at least be exploring the outside here. Like you at least want that strategy. So blue knows where red is. Blue is walling their base pretty well. They're building a barracks, or I'm sorry, building a stable. Magyars get +1 attack on their scouts, and then they also have a 15% discount on them. So that's pretty solid. You know, that's a really good It's a really good unit to go attack in Feudal Age with. Like, you definitely want to attack with the scouts in Feudal Age if you're playing as the Magyars. That's where your real bonus lies early on. But walled off their base pretty well. I think these walls are maybe a little tight. They have no access to gold. So this villager's going out here to get this, to find the gold, or to scout the gold, or to scout something. Let's see what, yeah, so they found the gold there, so yeah, they just wanted to scout a little bit. And they're building a mining camp and a house. Oh, I had this wrong, so my bad. Blue is playing as the Tatars, and they built a stable. I mean, building a stable and doing a scout rush as the Tatars makes sense as well. And, oh, this is a big find for blue here. We have a stable up for red as well. Yeah, but there's no, like, scout or, like, cav bonus for the Tatars, but you do want to get bloodlines and husbandry eventually if you're going to go into cav archers, which is, like, the move. But you see the scout for Adio already has the +1 attack because that's just the Magyar bonus. So like their scout rush is similar to a Khitan scout rush, except they're also a little cheaper. The Khitans can also get double attack upgrades, right? So instead of the +1, they get +2. You still have to research. And there's a hole here for blue. Blue has a hole that is not good. It is not elite right there. I don't blame. I mean, there's just this hill here. You can't really see it. Like, even if you have the grid on, it's tough to see. They're going to have to plug that hole, though. And is there another way out over here? It doesn't look like it. But he has to notice. He has to wonder how this scout got in here, and he has to close it up. It's on the left side. Wow. Yeah, you cannot see that. Yeah, all right, so blue found it, and blue's going to go ahead and close that up. And red's got a pretty good setup. Has a couple of spears on defense. Is building an archery range. I think we might see cav archers from them too. In a market going up for blue. Still no one fishing, which is wild. Like, it's free food. And red's at the gate. Blue has a scout. Actually, a scout killed this villager that was building the archer range. Archer range was denied at 90%. That's pretty huge. I think that's the building that Adio wanted to use to go up. They're building a blacksmith here as well. And I think this villager's gonna die too. Yeah, so the Eco KD is 2-1 in favor of RebelAntelope. They both have a lot of idle TC. Adio has more though. RebelAntelope is doing a good job of kind of damage control here, repairing the gate. They have it locked, obviously. And they're clicking up to Castle Age. RebelAntelope is in a really good spot. I'm curious if they're going to do... They either could go into Step Lancers or they can go into Cav Archers as the Tatars. I like Cav Archer option, typically. I think that the Tatar Cav Archer is just super strong. You know, it's born with Thumb Ring, so, like, you just need less upgrades. Thumb Ring is, like, the last upgrade I want to get, and it's expensive, so it's nice that they get it for free. It just like one extra thing that you just, you know, don't have to pay for. This gate's actually might go down if it doesn't repair it quick. And Blue's putting up a preemptive tower here. So, I mean, that's gonna... You're not gonna be able to build any more TCs after putting that up without using your market, which they don't have a market. Oh, they have a market here. Yeah, I don't love that. They saw the archery range, so I guess that they expect something coming at them. I was making archers, actually, not cav archers, which is interesting. I would have expected after the scout opening to go into cav archers, but Magyar's nothing. Looks like we're gonna get a castle drop or a castle from Adio. Let's see if it's gonna go forward with it or they're gonna keep behind. They're about a minute away, so they should be pretty close to a castle when they hit castle age. We have bloodlines coming in. Archery range could have gone up a little bit earlier for Blue, but it's up now, and we're seeing Step Lancer coming out. And we're getting a town center up. From Blue. So I think Blue bought... they bought 100 gold wood stone. They bought 100 stone. I'm surprised we're seeing archers, but I guess against the Step Lancers, archers should do pretty well. And I don't know what this archery range, right? Skirmishers being made. If you mass up the Step Lancers, they're a pretty good unit against anything. They're gonna find these villagers moving forward, actually. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I don't like seeing army run past villagers. This is a great cleanup, but the villagers are moving forward for a forward castle, and this is a tough castle right here, and there's archers to defend it. RebelAntelope needs to go back and try to deny that. I don't know if they can. They have a couple skirmishers here. He's not reacting to it. He's paying attention over here. He's microing over here. Oh no. Oh no, this castle's just gonna go up. This isn't that like if they sent their army here, they could have denied this. No, they don't even see it now. They're still not going for it. And these skirmishers are... I don't even know if they're reacting to it. Nobody's reacting to it. So this TC's gonna be in range, if not now, after an upgrade. I think it's in range now, though. No, maybe not. The Step Lancer goes down. These Step Lancers are not getting any damage forward. I mean, 3 TCs for RebelAntelope. Adio is building a second TC now. RebelAntelope is up 9 vills. And let's see how RebelAntelope responds to this. There's still 9 on stone for Adio, so I think we're gonna see another castle coming down. And we have the Magyar Hussars. Magyar Hussars do a lot of damage. They're fairly cheap. I guess I have a 2 range on them too. No, I take that back. They have 2 armor on them. Do they have a range, or are they just straight melee? Only reason I ask is because it looks like they have range on them. Like the way a Step Lancer has range. But a Step Lancer says it has 1 range. Mega Hustlers, I didn't think that they had range, but they're fast. 1.5, so they're the fastest unit out there. In this game, at least. Defensive castle for blue. Blue has a massive eco lead. They just need to have confidence in their eco lead. Get up to imp and start trebbing down this castle. Or they could make siege now. They could make, you know, some rams now. But I think with the Magyar Hussars have such high attack. I don't know if they have bonus against siege, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do. But even if not, they have like 11 attack on them right now. 10 attack, I think. But Blues is playing pretty defensively. Nothing wrong with that. I think they're not queuing up Vills is what's going on, though, because their Vill count's getting close. 61 to 49, and it shouldn't, because you have 3 TCs versus 2. So the Vill count should be getting, like, farther apart rather than closer together. But the only thing that worries me about Blue is they're playing very reactively here. Now they're queuing up Vills. And the key, red can get to imp, and they can start trebbing. Like, that's kind of like their win condition here. They're adding a TC, so it doesn't look like they're trying to get to imp fast. But for them, getting to imp first would be huge, because you can use this castle to push your entire enemy base there. Like, that castle buys you a lot of defense. And I'm not seeing much of a reaction from Blue. Like, Blue doesn't seem like they really have a good idea of, like, what to do in this point. They're making a lot of defensive units. But Blue's really close to imp, though. Blue could click imp any moment right now. Blue has the res for imp, and they're clicking imp. Okay. So that's good on Blue. We have pikemen coming in for red. Red's gonna have, I think, the bigger military for a while here. Blue's trying to get some damage. Now, if you're Blue, if you look at the score, you're down. You're down pretty heavily on the score, so the Blue might be thinking that red has a bigger economy than they have. But it's actually mostly the military that's giving them that score. Blue wants to put a castle over here, but red is building some houses. And Blue is sending undefended villagers to build this castle. Ay, that's rough. That is really rough. Blue did not need that castle there. Blue is on the way to imp. And that's the Vill count difference right there. That just got wiped away. 6 Vills up only for Blue. Blue deleting their market. I guess it was in the way. I think Blue wants to, like, treb from this side. Is there a hole? Yeah, there's a hole here somewhere. I don't know what's going on the way Blue is building walls, but they are leaving a lot of holes in their walls for some reason. This what the heck is this? Blue and red want to build castles next to each other. Red's placed this foundation, but Blue already placed this foundation. And red can't build it because that castle's going up. But red's just running through. Red's trying to kill some villagers here. All right, Treb's coming out for blue though. Like Trebs can still do you pretty well here. Red's gonna get this castle up though, and these villagers are I mean these knights are getting a lot of damage, and the vill count is completely flopped to Adio's side. Adio went really hard with military. Rebel went hard with economy, but didn't have military to defend it. And then sending those vills forward was rough. This is game 5. Like, you don't have... there's no game 6. Like, game 5 is game 5. And actually, blue needs to get this wall finished and get the Trebs on a side of the wall that they can't be killed. And that's a lot of knights. Imp coming in for red right now. I don't think blue's going to be able to win this game. At this position, I think this is going to snowball for red because blue just doesn't have the army. So if red stays on the gas pedal, it's going to be tough. Yeah, and blue can't get the Trebs out. Just got too aggressive with this castle on this hill. Like, it's a great spot for a castle, but had no army to defend it. Blue's trying to make some camels. 63 vills to 55. I mean, 63 vills for Adio is also way too low. Like, they definitely have been idling their town centers a bunch. And blue has a Treb out on this side, has some defense. And try to get rid of this castle. And red's army kind of left. I like how red's expanding on the map. Like, Adio's doing a good job of taking control of the map. Love this gate. I think it's only on the front and not on the sides, but I love that gate. Also, gates will block Treb shots, like from hitting your Trebs if it gets to that. This castle's gonna go down, but the knights are running in. Camels are the perfect defense against these knights, though. So, I mean, blue's looking in a good position to push this back. But behind all of this, red is now up on villagers. They have a bunch of pikes back there. So, like, pushing into red is going to be really tricky. I think blue can defend their base right now, but pushing into red's base is going to be tricky with the army that they have. And they're also not on gold at all anymore. They're taking gold over here before. But they haven't expanded their map at all. They have gold available on the right side, but they have to actually send vills to go get it. I think we're going to see a lot of the market. Cavalier coming in for Adio. Yeah, with no gold, it's going to be really tough. And the castle's down, so blue can breathe a little bit, but they still don't have a good, like, attacking army. And red is looking for more villagers, but blue's base is just, like, so tight and compact. And, okay, now blue's going over to this gold. If they can get to this gold and they can, like, be safe over there, they might be in a better position. Red's repairing these Trebs pretty well. And blue needs to repair that castle if they want to keep it. And blue just doesn't have the army that they can push. Yeah, and RebelAntelope, honestly, I mean, they're kind of cooked right now. They're going to be so low in villagers. These Trebs can just push forward. They needed some kind of range unit to go along with these camels. Camels will do great against the knights, but the pikes are just gonna wreck the camels, even though they're only pikes and you're an imp. Just the bonus damage alone is just too much. Yeah, and that's all of Blue's army. And honestly, this all started when that one castle, and that one forward castle got denied, and it was just a bonehead move, for lack of a better word. Like a castle over here would have been better, on this side somewhere, protect, you know, so you can take this gold. Blue's got no quit though. Blue's adding another 2 town centers over here, but I think it's only a matter of time that those town centers get found out. You know, Red's been pretty active with, like, you know, scouting with knights and everything. And trying to make a switch at the barracks here. I'm thinking they want to make just, like, pikes or halberdiers. And this is game 5, so I mean, you can't quit until you know you're done. It's a 20 vil difference, but I mean, it's only 86 vils for Adio. It's not like they have this crazy economy. They're not fishing at all. Like, and it's 31 farms abandoned. That's a lot of farms you have to rebuild. And RebelAntelope is sitting on 15 wood, so building farms is not really an option right now. And Red's Cavalier down at the bottom. Whoa, yeah, Red found this castle, it looks like. Or Red found these town centers, is building a castle on them. Actually doesn't range them. Maybe this is just a castle. Maybe they don't actually see these... Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't see those town centers. No, they don't. They don't. They just want to just protect the map. Because if they saw those town centers, they would have built that castle a lot closer, I think. And this castle does range that TC, actually. It just touches it, but ranges it nonetheless. We have some Keshiks out. Keshiks, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be your answer. Has these barracks up, making some pikemen. I mean, Blue's fighting on, you know, game 5, last game, but I don't see any way they can come back here. Trevor's moving in the danger zone. Uh-oh. I mean, if you just garrison your TC, you kill the Treb, I guess, but it doesn't matter. And going for the castle first. I actually don't like going for... I like going for TCs first. If you're, like, close to TCs, take TCs out. Like, you kill your opponent's economy. But, I mean, Blue's dead here. There's no way. And that's the GG. Hey, well played. Adio gets the win. Adio was down 2-1 when I started the stream for these last 2 games here. So good job, Adio, getting back in it. And good luck in the rest of the tournament. I will try to stream everything that I can. I think I skipped economy. And honestly, for Blue, well played. If it wasn't for, like, you know, just that forward castle you were going for, honestly, you were fine. That really held you back. But GG's. I'm going to see what's going on with these other games here in 1 sec.